It's week 3 at Cherry Laurel Lanes in Amherst, New York. It has been the Bill Swiat show through the first 2 weeks, and he'll try to make it 3 in a row against this lineup of bowlers here today. Lamont Walters, Julie Selk, and Pat Brick. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to Amherst, New York. I'm Paul Peck with Buffalo Bowling Hall of Famer Sue Nawojski. What have we learned about the skill set of Bill Swiat that's allowed him to average 245 through his first 4 games?
Well, he's definitely been very impressive here, and I think his ability to make adjustments. I mean, he came here with a plan, but there's things he couldn't plan for, like urethane balls, like bowling a left-hander versus a right-hander. Those are things that got thrown at him that he seemed to handle very well.
All right, well, let's find out. Let's find out his take. Bill, come on in here. You heard Sue say you've made the right adjustments. How hard has that been for you?
Well, just as it went along, just keep drifting left, follow where the dry boards are, and stay away from them.
Again, a 245 average in the 4 games you bowled. You can't ask for much more than that. You feel a little bit like you're in that proverbial zone right now?
I've pretty much been on autopilot. Keep making the same shots and keep getting the same result.
All right, well, autopilot usually works, but there are 3 pretty good bowlers who know how to fly the plane too, are going to try to knock him off of autopilot. It's going to be another fun week here at Cherry Laurel Lanes, so let's get rolling. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart on YouTube.
Like and subscribe to our channel now. Don't miss any of the action.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By BowlersMart, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. By Latina Boulevard Foods, your favorite family in food distribution. And by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to GoBowlingNewYork.com to find a center near you. And here we go. It's Julie Selk and Lamont Walters to get us started. Julie, just the second woman to qualify for our show here in season number 2. And this is the debut for Lamont Monty Walters. And that's a pretty good way to get it started.
Yes, it is. That was a great shot out of the gate.
Yep. And here we get our first look at Julie Selk from Lancaster, New York, and one of the best bowlers, male or female, in Buffalo. She is in the Greater Buffalo USBC Hall of Fame, and it is great to see her on the show here, and great to see her off to a good start. She joins Angela Glazer, who competed at the Rapids Bowling Center in season 1 as just the second woman to qualify for the show. You know her better than anybody. Please tell us everything we need to know about Julie Selk in a moment, Sue. Hold that thought for a second, and I'll tell you that scoring and stats are powered by J.P. Fitzgerald's Restaurant and Irish Pub, Western New York's best Reuben sandwich. Maybe you don't need to tell us how good Julie Selk is. She's pretty much showing it to us right now.
That we bowl together on Thursdays, and this is what I expect from her every time she throws the ball, so she's not letting me down at all.
You have bowled against her. You've bowled with her on national teams and tournaments and so forth. And I think you can give us some really good insight. Speaking of which, Lamont Walters, as his shirt tells you, he is a native of Detroit, but he has lived in Rochester, New York for the last, I believe, 15 or 16 years, 51 years old, a welder by trade, and he bowls in 5 leagues a week and averages 216. And he's showing us a pretty good spare game in frame number 2.
Yeah, I think you talked to him for a little bit, and he said that he's not that familiar anymore with wood lanes.
He said he hadn't bowled on wood lanes since he was a kid until he qualified really well for the show.
Yeah, that's right. So he definitely came here and had a good showing. There's our overhead shot. Right over 4th arrow.
Oh, a little bump tap there. Love tap, as you like to refer to it, gets Monty a 3rd frame strike.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that a couple times. Keeping the ball in here on the left lane. And that 6-pin came and gave an extra tap. We've seen that a couple times
Yeah,
now.
and not only just a tap, but that thing's got to be moving enough to get up and over the lip of the gutter. No love taps needed when you knock them all down like Julie Selk has in the first 3 frames.
This is a new ball for Julie, and she, you know, she's a real fan of equipment, and she's put her time and work into learning equipment. And she even has her own machine at home to bleed them out and to do her own ball work. So she's put a lot of time into really
You're jealous,
learning the
aren't you?
technology. Not
You're
at all.
jealous that you don't have your own ball
She does mine for me.
equipment
Why
at
would I be
home.
jealous? I just give them to her.
I know, but
She just takes mine home with her and comes back looking good.
awesome start for Julie Selk with 4 strikes. And look at the focus and determination. Let's see if we get a good fun reaction. Oh, she I apparently didn't think that one was going to be as successful as it was. Oh, the dreaded 710 for Monty. Career high 831 series.
Got that out and came back a long way, just not with a lot of power.
Yeah. How about one of the biggest bowling achievements for Monty Walters was a 300 and an 800 all in the same day.
Well, that's getting it out of the way.
All right, so it's an open in the 4th for Monty. That's a tough pickup on that 710. And now he'll have to refocus here. Familiar with our show from obviously a lot of different ways, but a couple of stops that we've made at the ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester.
Sometimes that 10-pin can be, you know, if you don't have the right angle to the pocket, they've been leaving the 10 pins. He has a lot of loft too. Did you see that he got that out in the lane quite a bit, which is good. But that ball, which he's probably using something weaker because of the hook on the lanes, but it's really running out of steam when it's hitting the pocket.
Boy, that was not looking like it was going to be good until it curved at the last minute.
Thankfully, he was on wood lanes. That helped a bit.
See, he'd be happy to wood lanes, right? Thank God for the wood lanes. All right, so now Julie Selk, perfect through the first 4 frames.
So Julie's used to holding up some weight because she carries me and Andy on every Thursday.
And again, that tricky 10-pin did not get the bump it needed from the 6. 23 career 300s and a high 846 series for Julie Selk.
Stuck a little bit. That's what you saw there at the end. Everything else was going good. She's got a really nice shoulder high backswing. Just like Mike Zarcone, Julie's had some elbow problems herself, and she's had to also go down to 14 pounds to relieve some of the pressure on that elbow.
Is that a common bowling injury?
It can be. It's kind of like tennis elbow.
Sure. 6th frame now for Julie. That one kind of lost some steam, and we'll leave her the 610.
Yeah, she may have got that in a little bit. I mean, she's playing the lanes. Maybe not the kind of close to like Rob Piccoli was playing them, a little straighter up. And
that is a missed opportunity. It's an open in the 6th for Julie Selk. Selk and Walters, match number 1. More to come next.
I like storm bowling.
I love Storm for so many reasons.
What I love about Storm the most has got to be the people we have.
I win with it more.
The people at Storm really care about the sport. They truly are the bowlers company.
I get to live out my dream and bowl on tour, and that's all because of one company.
The willingness and the strive for excellence in winning. It's all about winning.
Presented by BowlersMart.
Plenty of options.
Chamois, jerseys, balls, bags, and shoes. The highest quality products you'll find on the market, and here at BowlersMart, we make sure to find the correct access point of any bowler to maximize their benefits from our products and ensure a great experience. Stop by today and let us help you, because at BowlersMart, every bowler matters.
Sixth frame now for Lamont Walters, who is making his Beat the Champ debut.
He has struggled a bit, but Julie opened the door a little bit for him there by missing that spare.
And there's one of the nicer shots so far. I asked Monty in the warm-ups, I said, you got a handle on these lanes? Because through the first 2 weeks, we have talked so much about the challenge of the wood lanes. He looked at me and said, not at all, right? But he obviously had enough of a handle to qualify for the show, and he's had enough of a handle on it to figure it out here, to have be putting a pretty good performance up.
Yeah, he hasn't missed the pocket. And announcer's jinx.
Yep, see, there you go.
Yeah,
that ball. A little too much hook that time.
Yeah, hooked up high on him. It's been a tricky lane the whole time we've been here. 5 and 6 have definitely played different, and if you miss in on 5, it's going to hook on you.
I got you. Oh, just a little too much to the left, avoids getting them both out. And now that's an open in the 7th. So that's the second open of the match for Monty. Julie Selk coming off the open in the 6th has to find her groove after strikes in the first 4.
I think what happened is Julie stepped in some wet. And,
think so, huh?
Yeah. She's stuck on a shot, and I think that's what caused the miss, too. So was a little better there. She didn't stick.
We will not blame the outstanding custodial staff here at Cherry Laurel Lanes for any of that issue. But if you want to go get a mop, because I know you were vacuuming before, if you want to go get a mop, I'll cover for you.
I saw a bunch of towels over there, and I saw people on the floor, so I'm thinking something got spilled. And I did resist running over there and cleaning it up myself.
I know you did. So if you're wondering why I joke about that, Sue is the co-owner here at Cherry Laurel Lane, so she is doing double, if not triple duty here today as TV analyst, bowling proprietor, and making sure everything is looking good and acting right.
I'm certainly going to envy you jumping into your truck and going home right after.
Well, yeah, that is the benefit that I get. You will have work to do. And you don't even have your wonderful husband, Craig, here to handle all the grunt work that he normally does.
No, sure he does. Sure he does.
Or is that just what he tells me?
Is that what he tells you?
Well.
Women and I are going to have words about that. So, again, this left lane's doing this, both of them. If you're going up the boards, it does look like it's a little tricky in the mid lane.
Spare in the 8th for Julie Selk.
So the answer to that is you have to get around it. You can't get into it because that mid lane is going to be dry, and you're going to have to get around that spot.
Nice shot for Monty Walters, striking the 8th.
So he's down 38 pins here. Can cut it to 28. He's going to pretty much need all the strikes. So he's going to have to go off the sheet here.
All right, so work to do here in the 9th frame for the Rochester resident.
So I'm willing to predict as we go on in the show that whoever gets the choice of what lane to finish on is not going to choose lane 5.
You think?
Yeah, it's a little touchy.
Yeah, there's cheering on his buddy Lamont Walters, is Shaq Strong, who was on our very first show 2 weeks ago from here at Cherry Laurel Lanes, and we've had Shaq on the show a number of times, and he is sticking around to cheer on his buddy, and that is awesome to see the camaraderie. And that's a great shot in the 9th for Julie. Mentioned that she's the second female on our show. She has a very good chance now to be the first female to win a match on our show.
If she can manage to get 2 pins here in the 10th frame.
I think she can handle that. And then we're going to have a second game matchup of a pair of Buffalo Bowling Hall of Famers as she will take on Pat Brick. And good for Julie. Good, solid ball. And that front 4 strikes really set a tone, not just in this match, but I think a confidence tone for her as well.
Absolutely. And then figuring out this left lane, too, which has been challenging. That was a great shot she just made here.
How about that?
Yep, she got to the right of that spot, so she's not messing with where that spot picks up in the mid lane. So it's a good move.
So a chance to finish with 4 consecutive strikes here. Finish strong heading into match number 2.
Just the way she started.
That's right. Let's see if we can bookend this with 4 on the front and 4 on the back. Well, that's okay. Didn't matter anyway, as Julie Selk puts a 231 on the board, and that is going to be enough to move her on. And we will watch Lamont Walters finish out and hope we get the chance to see Lamont in future trips, maybe back in Rochester. So it's Julie Selk with the win, and we'll get Selk and Brick in match number 2. It's coming up on Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart. Well, it's not a Buffalo Bowling Hall of Fame meeting, but it is Pat Brick and Julie Selk in match number 2 here. It's Beat the Champ from Cherry Laurel Lanes in Amherst, and these are we talked a couple of weeks ago about the Mount Rushmore of bowling in Buffalo. Well, you can make a case both of these would be on it, and here they are going up against each other on our show. That's awesome.
Good shot right there for her. Still trying to get around that spot. On her fill ball, she was a little bit light, so I was hoping she'd be able to adjust, and little light on the 7-pin, but overall a good shot.
Aside from these being 2 of the best bowlers in this area, they're 2 of the most experienced bowlers in this area, and I would think that you'll tell me that the challenges of these lanes and what they're doing and how they're reacting and changing shouldn't be anything that these 2 can't figure out.
Yeah, I agree with that. Pat especially is a big tournament bowler. I mean, talk about a man who's seen a lot of lane conditions. He competes most every weekend somewhere for, amateur bowling, and so he has definitely seen it all. Julie takes the entire summer off because she's actually as good a golfer as she is a bowler.
Aha.
And she just excels. She's a great athlete.
And that's a strike in the first frame for the 58-year-old from Tonawanda, New York, Pat Brick, with a 230 league average in the 2 leagues that he bowls in right now. How come Julie hasn't gotten you onto the golf course?
She tried.
She tried?
It was a dismal failure. All it did was make me mad.
And that's the answer for almost all of us when we attempt to play golf.
I personally don't get it, but it felt like a lot of sit around and wait.
Well, yeah, you're not that type. And bowling isn't that type either, so. So again, give everybody some perspective on you say the name Pat Brick in any bowling center in this town. What does it mean?
I think telling you that what a tournament bowler he is. I mean, there's no one who hasn't seen him competing somewhere at the highest of levels and always a threat. You know, his experience is by far something that's difficult to compare with, and that's what makes him great. He can't be intimidated.
And there's a strike in the second frame.
So we're hoping to have Julie.
As her husband looks on.
Right there, right. We're hoping to have Julie bowl on our national team, and we're hoping it all comes together so that she can bowl with us.
Well, let's maybe depending on how this whole match turns out, will be the decider for both you and for her.
Great shot.
There's 2 in a row. He has been at plenty of bowling centers and watched Julie knocked plenty of spins down, hasn't he?
Yep. Now we just got to talk him into letting her come to Las Vegas with us.
There you go. There you go. Same goes for Pat Brick. There probably isn't a bowling center in Western New York, Rochester, Erie that he hasn't dropped into and won a match.
We did talk to him a little bit about the urethane ball, and he also uses urethane, and he did say maybe a little bit more than he should, but because he's a left-hander and that side of the lane doesn't get as much play as the right-handed side, he can get away with it a little bit longer, and it's really kind of meant to smooth out a condition, and there's no one helping with the carry down, so he's creating his own carry down.
Yeah, and that was prompted by a lot of our discussion about the urethane balls with Mike Zarcone using it on last week's show.
Well, the complaint about it is that it takes the oil down the lane, right? So it's dragging the oil down, and certainly, like even especially on a wood lane where the heads can dry up on their own. This pushing the head oil down makes it hook early in the front and then not hook in the back, and that is like the most miserable lane condition you could possibly like try to bowl on. So that's the complaint about urethane. It's actually like creating a very difficult lane condition.
Yeah, you saw a little bit of the frustration on Pat's face for that 7-pin that just didn't get knocked down. So it's 3 strikes and a spare to open for Pat. Julie spare and 2 strikes as she gets ready for frame 4. How about that? That's 3 in a row for her. So each bowler has 3 strikes and a spare in the first 4, and it's exactly what you would expect between 2 of the best in Western New York. They are going toe to toe.
So I mentioned this was a new ball for Julie, and I have a couple league bowlers here that have used this particular bowling ball, and it's rolled well here. And I do see that sometimes where certain equipment rolls good in certain places. And her husband won that in a league, and he gave it to her, and it's been excellent for her.
Yeah, just such a pretty motion and smoothness
She's
coming
very
from
smooth.
Julie. And you could say the same thing about Pat. He was a national collegiate champion when he bowled at Erie Community College and Buffalo State. He has won far too many tournaments to mention, including the very prominent Buffalo area tournament, the Obenauer Masters. He won that back in 2004. No on the 10-pin.
Yep, that's
And again,
tough.
we would need 4 pages of a bio sheet from Pat if we made him list every tournament that he has ever gone to and won.
Well, I can tell you the one that matters right now is this one.
Yes. Yeah, so it's the third appearance on our show for Pat Brick, and he hasn't quite had that level of success. He's only won 1 of the 3 games he has bowled in. We did see him earlier in season number 2 at the ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester.
Well, it's nice to see him competing.
Some of the lower number of his appearances on our show are probably due to the fact that on those same weekends he's probably out bowling tournaments somewhere in New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, or wherever else it may be.
Could be, but he's been pretty consistently coming to beat the champ now, so I'm glad that it's up there on the ranks of tournaments he wants to go to. I think it says a lot.
So 6 frame now for Pat. He's spared the last 2. And there is your 6th frame strike, and that takes us to our 6th frame break. Much more to come. It's match number 2. It's Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
fun with family and friends,
Great food and drink,
or just a night out, we got you.
We are the Bowling Proprietors
Of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
12X Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
Ready to go, 6th frame for Julie Selk. She is on a run of 4 strikes in a row.
I also want to say that Julie is a huge supporter of her kids, and her son Lucas is a two-hander and an excellent bowler in his own right. He bowls for Lancaster High School, and she never misses a match. She never misses a tournament, and I'm really happy that he's here to watch her today. He's next to Terry.
How did she let her son become a two-hander? Right? That sure was that a family?
Well, Terry's the coach.
Family issue at some point?
No, not at all. Terry's the coach, an assistant coach for the Lancaster, and I guess that has to add a facet to coaching.
Sure, and we know that all the youngsters, that's the preferred method for a lot of the young kids.
She definitely wasn't happy with that shot.
No, not happy at all. So she's got a little work to do here in the 7th frame. That ended the run of 5 consecutive strikes.
Great
and that
pickup.
picket fence goes away on the right-hand side.
There's Lucas right there.
Cheering on Mom. That's awesome. And I think in the same regard that you talk about Julie, Pat Brick has kind of become the mentor to a lot of the young bowlers that we've had on our show throughout the first 2 seasons, but just across the area, they look up to him and he gives a lot back to them as well.
As well, we should all pay it forward because we care about the sport. We've put a lot of time and effort into it, and there's nothing you like better than to see some other young person have a passion for it.
Well, just in the course of this show through our 2 seasons, we have seen so many young, outstanding bowlers under the age of 25. We had Michael Weber, our 2-time champion, coming into our first match, first show here at Cherry Laurel Lanes, and that list is a pretty good long one as well.
Pat's wife hiding back there.
Oh, Pat's got it dialed in now, doesn't he?
Yeah, that puts pressure on Julie. That was a big place to throw a double. He actually can go up. He's actually up a pin if he strikes.
3 in a row now for Pat in 6, 7, and 8. Coming right at you. And leaving 1 pin.
Came up a little bit late. Got that right. I can tell you that's a very rare shot for Julie to miss right. She's if she makes a mistake, it's normally to the left, but she said it was really important today that she got the ball out on the lane. Again, because of the head situation, she didn't want to set it short.
So she takes out the 2 pin. That's 2 spares in a row as we move to the 9th frame. And take us through how Julie Selk lines herself up on the lanes.
Well, she's able to play a little bit more right than the other players, and she's always had great ball speed. It's not what it once as much as it was, but it's a really aggressive ball speed, crossing right over the 2nd arrow.
Well done. Keeping the pressure on.
She sometimes laments not having the ball speed that she used to, but I think that where she's at right now is pretty perfect because it gives the ball a chance to work.
So now Pat Brick working 3 strikes in a row.
This is a big shot for him to go up 12.
Got it.
That's the one thing. Pat has been in that situation a lot of times, and they almost love to have the ball in their hand to throw this shot. You know, there's no nerves with this. This is fun to be able to get up and throw a ball to take the lead.
Winner of this match takes on our two-time champion, Bill Swiat. Pat Brick can finish this match out here in the 10th frame.
If he's going to shut her out, he's going to need this first one.
Got it.
It just needs 9 spare now.
What a good match this has been, again, between two of the elite bowlers, not just currently, but probably in Buffalo history. They have done some things that very few others have done, and I feel like it's an honor to have the two of them on our show. Going against each other made it even more special. And there you go. That will finish off a victory for Pat Brick.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. He knew he got that one left. He got that one left to target.
How about 6 strikes in a row with a chance to end on 7 in a row? Well, again, when you're good like this, sometimes you do get a little bit lucky, and you may hate it until you turn around and you miss the fact that they all went down.
Well, believe me, you get wrapped enough.
And there you go. That is 7 strikes to end it for Pat Brick. What an impressive showing, and an impressive 268 for Pat Brick. Well, I know this was kind of a special, cool moment for you because you and Julie are pretty tight. And what did it mean for you to watch her compete here?
Oh, I've been cheering her on all along. I made her come here and qualify. And she had a golf tournament, and she ran here, and she qualified before the golf tournament, went and golfed all day, came back for the finals, and actually made the show.
Oh, that's great.
That is a long day.
Yep, that is great, though. And again, if you are a female bowler that's just watching this, come out, give it a shot, right? Give it, compete. If you bowl well, you can make the show. Nothing is stopping anyone from being a part of this show other than you just got to come out and bowl well, and the competition's going to be pretty good. We know that. Pat Brick, speaking of competition, going to try to be the one to end the 2-week run of Bill Swiat. Title match coming up next on Beat the Champ. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart on YouTube.
Like and subscribe to our channel now. Don't miss any of the action.
Championship match, Pat Brick and our 2-time winner, Bill Swiat. He has won both weeks here at Cherry Laurel Lanes. He seems to like this place, and his game certainly does. He has won 4 matches in a row, averaging 245. But he knows he's in for a challenge because he, as much as anybody, knows who he's going up against.
That's right.
Bill Swiat's from Cheektowaga, New York, 235 league average right now for Bill. But again, the story has been his run through the last 2 weeks here at Cherry Laurel Lanes. He swept the first week and then won the championship match last week. So he's making his 5th overall appearance here on our show. And he will start with a spare.
And every show he's been able to stay with the same bowling ball. He hasn't had to switch anything up, and ball's been reading the lanes really good for him.
As much as these lanes have provided a lot of challenges that we've talked a lot about for our bowlers because of the wood lanes being unusual and challenging in themselves, Bill Swiat is as locked in as anybody. I don't care if he was bowling on asphalt right now.
Well,
it wouldn't make much of a difference. He has found the groove.
They're definitely playable. If you got the right ball in your hand, you just have to control your break point, and you have to control the front of the lane. But it's all very manageable, and these bowlers, need to have equipment to be equipped for whatever they face.
And speaking of locked in, Pat Brick coming off that 268 to 255 win over Julie Selk. Please pass along to Julie. You bowl at 255 and you don't win. That is not fun.
I know, that's good enough to win most every time.
Almost always. But the 268, and Pat Brick ended that with 7 consecutive strikes. So talk about being locked in. He hasn't quite had the amount of games that Bill has, but he found it pretty quickly. And he finds it in the second frame for his first strike.
Yeah, he's got a really nice shot. He's not going to fall into the problem of the mid lane on the left lane that the right-handers are. So Pat's at a little bit of an advantage with the consistent shot he has on both lanes.
So we've talked about it in the first 2 weeks when we've watched Bill. He does not use the thumb. As you can see, he cradles that ball in the right hand, does not use the thumb, and that has allowed him to up a little bit of the ball speed and get the right kind of reactions.
Again, he's looking for area, and he uses this method as a way of creating area and creating rev rate, and then you can see him really throwing pins, and that's what that release is meant to do. And there's times he can go to his thumb if he needs to. You see him use a ball to pick up his spares. He puts his thumb in it for a little more stability. He could be a little bit iffy on the accuracy with this, but he says that that's been improving for him too.
Yeah, now if he does use a different ball with a thumb hole, he has to put his thumb in the thumb hole, which is why he has other balls that have that third hole drilled.
Exactly.
You get a good look at the rotation there, don't you?
That ball just rolls great for him.
And just couldn't, that one pin kind of got stuck upright and didn't take out the 7.
He's laughing, and I believe that's sarcastic. I mean, he threw that shot pretty good. He's probably thinking, what else do I got to do?
I love the fact that all of the high-level bowlers know exactly, like, wait, I threw that right. That was perfect. Why didn't it get the results it's supposed to? Our host center for Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart, is Cherry Laurel Lanes, and you can find them online at cherrylaurellanes.com. They're just one of our many great host centers. And if you want details on how to be a part of Beat the Champ, just stop in at any of our host centers and ask how you can be on the show. And we might be seeing you here on the lanes, putting your skills on display against great bowlers like Julie Selk, Pat Brick, and Bill Swiat. If you're going to do that, you better come prepared to battle any of those and almost anyone else that we have on our show. But we do not discourage anybody from coming out and qualifying. If you're feeling good, you feel like you're bowling well, you feel like the bowling center fits your skills, come on out qualifying, and all that information is always available on the Beat the Champ Facebook page. And that is really one of the few times where you watched Bill throw a shot and go, what happened there?
And that's exactly what I thought. So he got it out way too far to the right. And he got it out there early. And that thing just, that's running out of steam right there. But he got that one way to the gutter. That is not where he's playing.
The look on his face kind of explains to you, like, what happened and what do I do about this?
Well, we all know that you can't give Pat Brick this big of an opening.
Oh,
excellent
boy.
Spare.
What a spare pickup in the fourth frame. So the door might have been open for Pat Brick, and Bill Swiat closed it right back on him. You know, and I think part of the factor in a match like this is the reverence for Pat Brick and his greatness for any bowler, and particularly Bill. He knows Pat. He's bowled against Pat, but he also knows how good Pat is, and I think that has to be in your mind to some degree.
Well, I don't think Pat has missed the pocket since he's picked up a bone ball today, so you pretty much know that you're either going to get a strike or a single pin spare. So you got to stay on top of your game. What a great recovery that was. Beautiful shot.
Well, much like the last one, with the two ridiculously good scores that came right down to the 10th frame, I suspect we may be in for one of those again as well. Pat Brick has so many 300s, he's lost complete count of them because on his bio sheet he put 80-ish 300 games with a high of 898 series. How about that, huh?
Oh, he's trying to figure out how to get that 7-pin out on the right lane.
Couple of bowling leagues a week for Pat Brick. Usually busy on the weekends bowling in tournaments. Picked up a bowling ball for the first time when he was 6 years old.
Excellent spare.
I'll tell you what, I don't know that there's anybody better at making spares than Pat Brick.
Well, when you bowl as many tournaments as he does, you're shooting a lot of them. And he is only leaving 1-pin spares, which should be another day at the office for him.
Yeah, it's not like he had to make any crazy dramatic splits like we just saw Bill Swiat do. 6th frame now for Pat. And that's a strike in the 6th frame for Pat Brick. It's our championship match. It's Brick and it's Swiat. Come on back and find out who's going to win it here on Beat the Champ.
It's such a special community.
Storm is the bowlers company.
More knowledgeable.
The company really cares about bowling. The products are great.
And the bowling balls smell good.
X Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
Bill Swiat wipes the hands off, picks up the ball, well, wipes the ball off as well, too, as he gets ready for the 6th frame.
He's got a small 8-pin lead. A strike here would make that lead 18, so you know he's looking to strike on this shot. Put a little pressure on Pat.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Got it. That's a double. That's a double for Bill Swiat, and an important one for those reasons that Sue just said. 33 career 300 games and an 890 career high series for Bill Swiat. Notes a cool story about that 890 set. He had a 2-pin spare on the first frame and then bowled 35 strikes in a row to get to that 890. There's another one for Swiat. Well, the best way to beat a great bowler like Pat Brick is to put a lot of pressure on him, and that's what Bill has done with strikes in the 5th, 6th, and 7th frame.
Pat has yet to strike here on this right lane. Finally, you knew it was going to happen eventually. He was going to figure it out.
No announcer jinx there. What did he do differently here? Anything?
It's something so subtle. I mean, he was hitting the pocket. He just wasn't getting the corner pin out. And so, you know, it's more of a touch thing at this level. And he wouldn't make any kind of drastic change when you're hitting the pocket. But he definitely needed a little different angle of entry. But you knew he'd figure it out.
Good form, good results.
Way to put the pressure right back on Bill.
3 in a row for Pat Brick, 3 in a row for Bill Swiat, but none of that matters because there are still frames to be bowled.
I mean, we're in the second half of the game, but really the first person here who makes a mistake is going to be the loser because these guys are pretty sharp on their game right now.
Yes. There is winning a match, and there is not losing a match. From lane level. Go down. It does. 4-bagger for Bill Swiat. Took a little while to determine that.
Oop, that would be a paralyzer.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Love it.
It kind of stuns it.
Love it.
In a lot of cases,
literally hung in the air for a half a second.
In a lot of cases, it doesn't fall. In this case, thankfully, it did.
Can he make it 5 strikes in a row?
Yep, needs to throw the pressure right back on Pat. That was a little bit right. Hence the late hit and the 2-pin. Nothing he's been playing has his target been that far to the right on that lane.
Yeah, you could see it just over that far stripe down there, down the lanes.
So now Pat can shut him out.
Just 1 pin turns the match like that.
Yep, he needs them all, but he can shut them out.
All right, 9th frame now for Pat Brick with that on the line. I mentioned that Pat has been on our show. This is the 3rd time now, but he has yet to be a winner. He has yet to be our champion, a returning Beat the Champ winner, and he would love to add that to the list of things he's done. Well, there's the first one he needed.
And that was on the lane that he struggled with, so he hasn't missed on the left lane. It was only the right lane where he was getting tapped, which he's happy to see nothing left on that deck.
Mm-hmm.
Bill knows.
Yeah, Bill knows who he's bowling against, right?
And this is his good lane, yeah.
So with 2 strikes and 8 pins, Pat Brick will become our new champion and end the 2-week run of Bill Swiat. There's strike number 1.
This is where Pat Brick is tough.
He's a closer, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, I think, you know, he knows what he needs to do, and I think that's one of the signs of greatness is like, oh, I have a chance to win this without worrying about what my opponent does. Tell me what I need, I'll go get it. And there's nothing Bill can do, and that's a helpless feeling. He needed a second strike. He gets a second strike.
All right, 8 pins is a winner.
It's 6 in a row now for Pat Brick, and if he makes it 7 in a row, he will win. And there's the smile on the face of Pat Brick.
8, 9, or 10. That's all he needs.
That's all he needs.
And he hasn't gotten less than 9 yet, so I'm liking his chances.
I like his chances too. So one more shot to win. And that shot is a winner. Another strike, 7 in a row to end it. A 250 score makes Pat Brick our new champion.
Presented by BowlersMart.
Plenty of options.
Chamois, jerseys, balls bags, and shoes. The highest quality products you'll find on the market, and here at BowlersMart, we make sure to find the correct access point of any bowler to maximize their benefits from our products and ensure a great experience. Stop by today and let us help you, because at BowlersMart, every bowler matters.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends.
great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
We are
The Bowling Proprietors
Of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By BowlersMart, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. And by the Bowling Proprietors Association of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today. Well, Pat Brick has stood on the end of lanes and celebrated a lot of wins at a lot of different turns. You kind of wanted this one, didn't you? Well, why was it so important?
It's been a while since I've been up here, and I was starting to have second thoughts. The last 2 times I was on, I lost both times, and they certainly did their best to take me out today, but I caught a couple lucky breaks, and I got here.
Is that what happens to you really good bowlers? When you win everything, you want to make sure you win everything?
Well, this guy here, I said, he's the kind of guy that wants that ball in his hand and able to make those shots. So when he had the openings, he came in there and took them, because that's the kind of player that he is.
All right, well, guess what? We're going to get to see him again, because he will be here for next week's show. As we wrap up our stay in Amherst, New York, we'll see you next week on Beat the Champ from Cherry Laurel Lane.